Welcome everybody to the second council meeting. I am Brian Wallishin, your producer and organizer. I'm going to take a brief moment to do a little quick housekeeping here before we start. For those of you who have not used our platform before, this is the control panel you have. Key number 1, button 1 here, that's the one that will shrink the panel out of your way. Button 2 is your microphone button. If you would please unmute yourselves, then when you have a question, I can unmute you from here, and it's a lot smoother and easier. So if you could unmute yourself, you don't have to self-mute. Everybody's already muted in my system, so please unmute yourself. When it's red, you're muted. When it's green, you're not. Number 3 is a full screen button. If you want to have a full screen, you can use number 3, or you can have it as you are now. Button number 4 here is raising your hand. Should you have a question, you need to please raise your hand and you will be called on at the first possible moment. Button number 5 are the handouts. There are 2 today. There is one which is our picture of this that you have in front of you. You can print out to be a handy guide for your desk. There is also a cabinet meeting, council meeting informational packet. That is the agenda. That is anything sent in, including proposals, PowerPoints, and so forth. So everything you'll see tonight is in that packet, and some of the things in the packet are in addition to what's being shared tonight. Box number 6 shows any questions that are submitted. Box number 7 is where you will submit your questions. Lion Lori is handling questions, and she will either answer them for you or she will bring them up and ask whoever is speaking to answer to your point. So you know everything else. You know where your bathroom and coffee maker are, so I'm not going to worry about that. And I wish you a wonderful evening. And now it's time for us to get started because our time is limited and you're important. So Lion Barb, take it away.
Great. Good evening, everybody. So happy that so many of you could join us tonight. This is our second council meeting. Can you believe it? We're halfway through this year, just about. Just amazing. I appreciate Brian so much. It seems like we talk almost every day, if not a few times a day, trying to help us bring us up to the 21st century. And I appreciate all the effort that he does. We are going to start this off with the pledge. District Governor Keith, would you lead us in the pledge, please?
Yes, please join me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God,
Indivisible.
one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Justice for all.
So sorry.
Okay, Keith brought his comedy routine tonight. Thank you. Sorry, do you have any water, Keith? Now I'm going to be choking with you. Okay, District Governor Chuck, would you lead us in the Lion's Toast, please?
Our Lion's Toast. Not above you, not beneath you, but with you we serve. Hear, hear.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, no choking from Lion Chuck. All right. Okay. I welcome everybody this evening. I'm so glad you could set aside some time. We are going to do 2 hours from 6 to 8. So I'm letting everybody know who's going to be speaking tonight. I will and Brian will cut you off. So be very aware of the time. Everybody has the same amount of time. We don't want to go over. Last time we were like, what, 45 minutes over? We're not going to do that again. So just be aware that we'll have the hook and won't drag you off the stage. Okay, so next, we don't have any guests, but we have our international guests who are always with us. Let me see, who do we have tonight, Brian? I think we have PIP Joe and Joni. We've got Dave Roberts, PID Dave. Who else do we have? Oh,
PID John Hart, I
no,
believe.
no, no. He's not a PID.
Oh,
PID Dick Sawyer
John Walker.
and John Walker. Welcome, everybody. So glad you're all here. We don't have any extra guests. We did that at the first council meeting, so we're going to move right ahead. We're going to always repeat the Lions Code of Ethics.
Did you do PIP Joe Preston, by the way?
Yes, I did. First
Okay.
one.
Sorry.
Yeah. I would like to have first Vice District Governor Joyce read the Lions Code of Ethics, please.
Lions Code of Ethics. To show my faith and worthiness of my vocation by industrious applications to the end that I may merit a reputation for quality of service. To seek success and to demand all fair remunerations or profit as my just dues, but to accept no profit of success at the price of my own self-respect, lost because of unfair advantage taken or because of questionable acts on my own part. To remember that in building up my business, it is not necessary to tear down another's, to be loyal to my clients or customers and true to myself. Whenever a doubt arises as to the right or ethics of my position or action towards my fellow man, to resolve such doubt against myself. To hold friendship as an end and not to a means, to hold that true friendship exists not on account of the service performed by one another, but that true friendship demands nothing but accepts service in spirit in which it is given. Always to bear in mind my obligation as a citizen to my nation, my state, and my community, and to give to them my unswerving loyalty in word, act, and deed. To give them freely of my time, labors, and mean. To aid my fellow men by giving my sympathy to those in distress, my aid the weak, my substance to the needy. To be careful with my criticism and liberal with my praises, to build up and not destroy. The Lions Code of Ethics.
Thank you, First Vice District Governor Joyce.
You're welcome.
Okay. We also see that Carolyn Messier, past International Director Carolyn Messier, is with us. Sometimes we don't know who's going to be on until we can see the attendee list. So I welcome you, Carolyn. Okay, we're going to go right along. If you follow along, I sent the agenda out. If not, it's in the package that you can download. First up, we have Council Secretary Treasurer DG Keith Alexander. We have support for Keith as Secretary Treasurer. Support for Secretary is Lion Bobby Ravenkamp, and support for Treasurer is Lion Steve Ravenkamp. So Lion Bobby, please be Secretary for the time being.
Let's have roll call of our officers. District 21 North, District Governor Chuck Matthews.
Present.
First Vice District Governor Joyce Mayer.
Present.
Second Vice District Governor Ethel Lazario.
Did you unmute Ethel to say you're here? I see you're on the attendee list.
I'm here.
Okay.
Immediate past District Governor Dave Price.
He's here. Dave? Dave, unmute.
I got him. Dave, unmute. You're unmuted, Dave. Go ahead.
I'm here.
Okay.
Immediate past District Governor Marie Cunning.
I'm here.
District 21 South, District Governor Keith Alexander.
Here.
First Vice District Governor Richard Hopkins.
Richard,
I'm here.
He's here.
Second Vice District Governor Jim Kuhn.
I don't see him listed yet. as an attendee.
No, he's
We'll
not on
check
the
on
list.
that.
He's
We'll
not
check
there.
on that.
Immediate past District Governor Chris Gibbs.
I know he's here. Hang on. There you go, Chris. You're unmuted.
Okay, well, I couldn't get it done. I'm here.
Council Chair Barbara Daly.
I'm here.
Vice Council Chair District Governor Chuck Matthews.
Present.
Secretary Treasurer District Governor Keith Alexander.
Still here.
That completes roll call of the officers.
Thank you. Would you like to do the council minutes approval, Bobby?
I'll get there. Minutes of the first council meeting held on July 13th were mailed out to the council members and also posted on our Lions Arizona website about a day later. I've had no response from anybody, so I'm presuming that there are no corrections or additions at this time.
Okay, motion to approve the minutes.
So moved. Chuck.
Okay.
Second.
Do we have, okay, got a second. Okay, all in favor? Approved.
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Thank you, Lion Bobby. Next up, we have the treasurer's report from Lion Steve.
Yeah, Gerson. You don't have any audio listed. Oops, sorry, excuse me.
Sorry, Brian. Okay. Sorry, go ahead, Lion Steve, with the treasurer's report.
Okay, Brian posted the MD-21 balance sheet as of today on the website. Are there any questions about it?
Okay, what's our bottom line, Lion Steve?
Our bottom line right now is $79,673.41.
Okay. Okay, that's out there for your review. I'm going to call for that we're going to move this for review. Do I have a motion?
So moved by Chuck.
Okay.
Second.
Keith, second. Okay, do we have any discussion on this? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, great. Okay, next up, we have past council chair Larry Palmer, who's going to give us an update on the past district governor association support to the district governors. So Brian, can we bring up Larry? Okay, Larry, are you unmuted? Not yet. Brian, is he unmuted? Yeah, it shows unmuted here. Brian?
Let me try it again. How about now?
There you are.
Okay.
Great.
Good evening, Lions. I want to speak to you tonight about the Past District Governors Association for the Struggling Club Support Initiative. As we are all aware, the multiple district has been losing clubs and members each year, and overall membership in Arizona has been declining. The PDGA is very concerned about this trend and decided to do whatever it can do to support the district governor team to stem the loss of clubs and members. The past District Governor Association launched an initiative this year to formally provide past district governors support to any club seeking help, a way for the past district governor's experience to be used to help in any way needed or appropriate. There was a fund set up by the PDGA and the MD to defray travel and incidental costs incurred by the PDGs providing the support to a club that they are assigned to. It was intended to not cost the PDG to work with the club other than their time and effort. At this point in time, the support program is in process in Florence with past council chair John Hart, who transferred to the Florence Club. At this point in time, they're at 19 members. They were down to 1 member, so they've had significant turnaround, and John's doing a wonderful job of bringing that club back into existence. It's a very old club, and it would be a terrible loss for the city of Florence. Eloy is another club receiving PDGA support. I transferred to my membership to Eloy, which is also a 75-year-old club with its own clubhouse, and was down to 1 member. I, like PCC John, am acting as the president of the club. We are currently back up to 11 members since the recovery was launched in the 1st of August, so we've come back fairly good in a short amount of time. One of the main reasons for almost turning in their charter was a lack of service project and the boredom that it caused to the club members. We have a number of projects in the works and have regained member enthusiasm. John also in Florence has gotten a number of projects working, and actually this past weekend they were there working at a booth at the Arts and Crafts Fair. So that's where we're at. I don't have any information on anything happening in 21 North, but these efforts are going on in the South. And Fred Garmison, past district Fred Garmison, is actually starting some work to recover Casa Grande. So that's where we're at.
I thank you for your report, PC Larry. Next up, we have Lion Bobby Ravenkamp to do a short talk about the Arizona Lions Service Rally Day. Lion Bobby.
Hi. We have a couple more weeks coming up here before January 9th. That's our Arizona Lions Service Rally Day. So far, we've talked about it, but I haven't heard anything from anyone, specific projects planned. I want to remind everybody that this is for service visibility and not a day to have your hand out taking donations or having a meeting. Need to be visible. Take a picture of what your project is, whatever it is. Donating water to the Salvation Army or a food bank, or picking up trash, highway cleanup, or whatever the project may be that day. And remember that every club, every Lion can do something. Write a note, send a note to a shut-in. That's a service project. Anyway, let's account for it. Let's show some visibility and be able to say at the end of January, look at what all these Lions did on just 1 day of service. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Bobby.
Oh, no.
Okay, next up, we have past International President Joe Preston. If you would like to speak about the MD21 Vision Screening Committee, it's a request to have an MD21 committee, and then we can talk about more. Past President Joe,
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah. Turn your
Yes.
camera on
He
if you
can't.
I
can.
don't.
No
He's down
camera.
under participants, and I can't promote him up.
Oh,
I'm on my
okay.
phone, so it may not work. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yes, we can.
Council Chairman Barbara, council members and guests. As you know, we had an informal committee that was meeting to discuss and coordinate things regarding screening students here in Arizona. This went on for about 8 or 9 months. But at our last meeting, the consensus of the group was to ask that the committee be officially organized, supervised, and charged by the Multiple District 21 Council of Governors. In other words, becoming a multiple district committee. And the reasons were that vision screenings happen all over the state of Arizona, all over our multiple district. Some of the actions in the previous committee overlapped with the multiple district 21 and the district 21 S and N vision screening chairs. And we think that they should be part of the committee, at least in the communication loop, if nothing else. There's a benefit to coordinating data collection, reporting, recommending best practices, etc. And we need to have a united voice prior to the state of Arizona establishing rules and regulations regarding the state of Arizona bill that was passed last year, mandating vision screenings in certain grade levels. As such, that is an ongoing thing that's constantly trained, because COVID-19 has come in and that's taken the precedent. But as soon as they are able, they're going to establish these guidelines, and we need to be ready to respond. So we request that your council takes action tonight to establish the Multiple District 21 Vision Screening Committee, and in follow-up, appoint a chairperson and or committee and provide direction to the committee. But the latter two steps can be accomplished later. The important piece of business tonight is the approval of this new committee. And that I leave back to you, Council Chairperson Barbara.
Thank you, past International President Joe. Okay, we have a motion to establish a multiple district 21 committee for vision screening. Do I hear a motion?
So moved by Chuck.
Okay, do I have a second?
that.
Any discussion on this? Any of the rest of the council? Is there anything you would like to add on any of our council members? Hearing none? I don't see any hands raised. Do we have any? No questions, no hands raised. Hearing none. It's been moved and first and seconded that we will establish this committee. We will get back with you, Joe, for establishing a chair and the committee members.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay, next we have Lions, Lori, and Brian, and it'll mainly be Brian talking about the multiple district and district electronic voting.
timing.
That's going to be real soon.
I don't know if they muted me or not.
Okay, whoever's talking, mute.
Okay, greetings, everybody. I think we got everybody muted. There we go. Laura, if you want to come on, you can. So the elections are coming up. I'm here to report to you that all the delegates are registered.
Yay.
We have 21 North has 80 delegates. I think it's 81 now, and 59 alternates. And I think South now got up to 80 and 54 alternates. That's because there was a rule about international people like PIDs, and PIDs allowed to vote outside their club. So we had to make a few final adjustments. All of them have been logged. All of the delegates have now been sent up to election runners, so I'm ready to start the election. The ballots are complete. I will be producing a brief video that's going to go out to all the voters for them to take a look at it, to know how to do everything, because I'm just too pressed for time to run the information session, so I'll make it an automated session that you can watch. The vote will start with the nomination meetings on the 11th, and then the 12th and 13th, we will have the 12th and 13th, we will have the elections, and they'll be announced on the 14th. The results will be embargoed until the elections are announced. So that's all the information right now on the elections. I think I do want to thank Eddie and Sheila for doing an amazing job in chasing down all the clubs and chasing down all the delegates and making sure everything was correct. They were incredible. Because of them, this is working. And we got about a 73% delegate registration. So I will pass this back to you, and I'm going to step away and let Lori and Matt talk about the directory.
Great. Okay, next up, we have the MD21 electronic directory update. Lions Matt Bianco, Lori Gens, and Brian Woloshin. So Lori and Matt, take it away. Where are you, Lori? There you are. Okay, Matt.
Hey everyone. So there'll be an update to the directory following all of the drops in December and January. Probably give it about 2-3 weeks for all the secretaries to get all the changes in, and then I'll just send it out again like I did last time. And then of course, got more than a couple emails and things everyone wanted to change. If there's anything more people want to change, just send me an email. I'll try to get that in.
Great. Do we have any questions from the floor about the directory? Has everybody had a chance to go and find it and download it? And it looks like we had Fred Garmison's hand up. Can you call on Fred, see if he has a question about the directory?
Lion Fred, you should be unmuted now.
Okay, now my question was about the voting and not the directory.
Oh, what's your question on the voting? Maybe Lori can help you out, or Brian.
Yeah, when are you going to send out the instructions and all that, the voting for the all the delegates? Because some of my people are brand new delegates; they've never voted online. So when are you going to send that information out?
Actually, that's a Brian question. When he comes back on, he will have to answer it.
What do
Okay.
you want to know? I just got back. What do you need to know?
When are you sending that information out, the voting information out to the delegates?
Probably in the morning. Oh, which information about my video or about the voting being turned on? Which information are you asking about?
The information that the delegates are going to need to vote.
When I open the polls, this is Fred. Okay, I see now. When I open up the polls, an auto letter will be sent out that will contain your link. That's when the letter goes out. That will be on the 13th or 12th at 9 in the morning or whatever time I got it set up at. And it will
Okay,
automatically send out a letter that will give you your link that you will click to vote. And that will be in the video that I'm going to make later on tonight.
Okay, I'm not worried about it. It's the other delegates that I have that have never done it before.
That's why I'm
And I
making the video. That's why I'm making the video that I will send out via MailChimp to all the delegates.
Okay, answers my question.
It'll be like a workshop, and they'll register for the video and watch it, and it'll help them do it. It won't be a problem.
Okay, thank you.
And there are two questions that I see as far as the directory. And the first one is how often does it get updated? As far as the who you're going to call, it's as we need to. And that one, the who you're going to call document is our leadership. And that one is in the revision stage right now. As far as the membership part of the directory, that would be Lion Matt.
So far it's been once every like 4 or 5 months. We'll probably try to get it down to quarterly as people make updates.
And then there is another question is there an area in the directory that has the bios of current district officers? And
Not
that
yet.
one that we had been discussing, at the moment, it's not in the
Not yet, but it will be in the next version.
And I think that's all the questions that I'm showing at the moment.
I can tell you there are 452 Lions who do not have emails who need to get them updated. We send out notices via MailChimp, and I use the list that they use. And if you haven't got an email, you're not going to get our notices or our bulletins.
And I
Okay.
do have another question that just came up asking, can we add the PDGA members?
Sure.
That would end up most likely in the directory. I'm not sure, the membership directory, or do you want that in the who you're going to call?
Right now, I think we should put it in the who you're going to call.
Okay.
Definitely.
Okay. So is that from PCC John Hart?
Yes.
Okay. John, we'll go ahead and if you can submit us the most current update of the PDGA Association, and then Lori will go ahead and add that to the who you're going to call, because we're going to re-release that as soon as she's done with the review she's doing right now. Okay.
And
Send
then
it to Lori.
thank you. And then there's another question. What about the list of individual clubs with their members in it?
Can make that really quickly. So if you
That's
guys would like that.
Remember,
that's a
we're not going to go back and reinvent what we've always had. This is 2020. We're moving forward. We have some really good downloadable documents, and it's alphabetical. If there's a big need to see that, only because we used to see it, keep in mind we're moving forward. We're trying to do more with less. And
That
unless
list
there's
is
a
also
big
on the website. There is a list by club. There's not numbers or anything, but you have these club name, and the members are also a downloadable list for North and South under the members
Right.
part of the website.
And if they haven't gone there, they don't know it's there. So you have to look at what's there. Is it something that someone was missing? Don't know. Okay. Anyway, any other questions on the voting or on the electronic directory?
There's no more questions that I see, but one thing that I would like to request from our clubs, we are going to add Leo's pages to one page for the North, one page for the South. And unfortunately, in my LCI, you cannot download the Leo Club's advisors' names or contact information. So if your Lions Club has a Leo's Club that you sponsor, please go ahead and send us the Leo Club advisor's name and their contact info so that we can make sure we have the most up-to-date information in the who you're going to call document.
Okay, any other questions that we can handle for you? Now's the time. If you have any other questions, write them in. We can always cut in and answer them.
Actually, there's one more comment that came up. It says we should also add the full list of PDGs, PCCs, LCI IDs, and etc.
We're working on that list. That'll be in there. Got to remember, when we started this, we were starting a little bit backwards because of redistricting, and we were trying to get this out as quick as we could. Matt did a fabulous job working with what LCI gave us on the download, and all these other little things, the little sections we've been working on, and then they will be all included so that if those who want to know all this information, they can download that part. They have sections that they can download. So we are working on all that other stuff. If there's anything else you'd like to see, make sure you get a hold of Matt or Lori or Brian. Okay, Lori's going to be going off the team in a bit, and Matt is the chair, and he'll be pulling his team together after Lori is there to do a transition. So are we done with the directory? Any other questions, Lori?
I don't see any other questions.
Great. If you do have them, any questions on anything we've discussed so far, just go to your questions and send Lori a question. We'll get them answered for you. That's what we're here for. This is Information Central. Okay. Next up, Thank you, Matt. Thank you, Lori and Brian. Next up, we have a proposal. Now, Brian, like I said, has been working his butt off and everything else, trying to support us the best that he could when all of a sudden we went COVID. And we've had GoToMeeting, we made that more robust. Then we went to GoToWebinar. Now, the next step, the best step, is GoToTraining. So I'm going to turn over to you, Brian, to go ahead and tell us about the proposal you have for the upgrade.
Thank you, CC Barb, District Governors and Council. I'm here today to discuss a proposal for an upgrade to our training platform. So let's start with the introduction. We started online training and meetings in March, April, due to the pandemic. The training has received overwhelmingly positive reviews. We do surveys at every training. Most everyone is positive. I'd say about a 4.8 out of 5 overall. We've served 758 attendees and over 70 total sessions. We've had the added benefit of savings on rental and materials fees, travel, and associated event fees. I also add the reason I'm bringing this up now is when we started this, we were not sure what was going to happen or where our training was going to go or how it was all going to work. So we started with GoToWebinar, and I'll go from there. Our experience has provided us with feedback since then, showing the necessity of making improvements and providing more tools to our presenters. So where are we now? At this moment, I have 2 licenses. We have the admin account, which is our main account. That has GoToMeeting for up to 150 attendees and GoToWebinar for up to 250. Our secondary account is GoToMeeting for up to 150 attendees. We will not be messing with the second account. Our proposal today is only involving the first account, and I will come back to that in a moment. My proposal: drop both the GoToMeeting and GoToWebinar licenses on the admin account. Replace them with a GoToTraining 200 attendee license, which includes a 25-seat GoToMeeting license. So what is GoToTraining? It's a focused member training platform. It will allow for up to 200 participants. While it's similar to our GoToWebinar, it's a training platform, and GoToWebinar is actually a sales platform. So we have features and tools in GoToTraining that are much more focused on training members and less on sales type stuff, much more focused on personalizing the lessons. Some of the features include 6 breakout rooms with video capacity, which means everybody in the rooms can see one another and talk to one another, 25 visible cameras in the main room, a document library so that uploaded polls and surveys and materials can be reused. When I had to set up the 6 meetings we're having this week, I had hours of time spent setting things up, and this would cut down on setting things up and the ability to have materials at our fingertips for future trainings. Android and Apple apps are available. And also we can have automated trainings at any time. We can record trainings that have polls and handouts, and it will run just like you're there, but it can be done at any time you want to watch it. We can have recorded trainings. And a catalog system that puts both upcoming and current classes into catalogs with their materials. That means if you haven't seen a class and it's recorded, you would go to the catalog, register, and the video and all the materials are in one place. That's a request I've had for a long time, is how do I get the materials? Also, there are post-tests that are given. So if we're doing the Guiding Lion program, they require a post-test that is then sent to LCI. We can do that now. We can give you a test, record the data, and send it. It's all part of the lesson. How did I evaluate this? When I heard about this, it was a great idea, I thought, but unless it was right for us, I was not going to recommend it, no matter how much I might have liked it. So I planned an incremental evaluation where I started by exploring the platform and I finished with actual use of the platform and breakout rooms. I got us a 30-day free trial, and I wanted to, as I said, make sure it was appropriate and usable. It may be the coolest thing since sliced bread, but if you, my Lions, cannot use it, it's not going to do us any good. So I ran multiple test sessions that had many Lions involved and open discussion and feedback. I started with me just playing with it. I did a couple of actual live sessions that did not use the breakout rooms. Then I went to the breakouts and had Lions try out the breakout rooms. We used many devices, computers, tablets, phones, etc., many different platforms. And the reviews to a Lion were positive. Nobody said don't use this or it's terrible. You know, I wasn't sure what I would get. Everyone was very excited about it. These are Lions who would be presenters and who would be participants. Tom is so excited that he and I are already talking about how we can introduce the platform to the Lions of Arizona. So there are a couple of changes that would bring about, or concerns, if you will. So there are two of them of note. The first one is, of course, our Lions Learning channel would not be there. However, not to worry. I've got all the videos on my computer and they will be available on YouTube if the adoption is approved. Remember that the videos will be replaced anyways yearly as new trainings come out. But they'll be up on YouTube. So all the old videos will be hosted on YouTube and sorted, and you'll be able to get there to get to them. New trainings will be housed in catalogs on the Go to Training program with all their material. Excuse me? New trainings would be housed in catalogs on the Go to Training platform. Now, we'll be giving up our 250-seat Go to Meeting license on the main account and replacing it with the 25-seat license. That kind of sounds bad, but it's not. Most of our club meetings are under 25 people. I've run a lot of them, and most are under 25 people, and they will not be affected. The second license can handle larger meetings, board meetings, and so forth. Plus, Go to Training can host meetings. It'll work very well as a meeting platform, so that we're back to 200 people can come to our meetings. So we're not going to lose any capacity to have meetings or club meetings or committee meetings or so forth. No, our capacity will not be hurt, but we won't be paying for two licenses. Lastly, I had to consider technical support and training. As you know, I'm your IT chair. I've been IT chair for a while. It doesn't last forever. However, if we're going to do this and I'm going to ask you to invest money, I will not leave you hanging. It's unfair for me to say, let's do this and then walk away. So I will commit to another year of being the IT chair so we can properly implement this package and train people on how to run it. I'm not going to leave you hanging. If you invest money, I'll stay around. The cost, let's get down to the brass knuckles here, the brass tacks. So currently we have the two licenses. Go to Meeting 150 is $11.88 plus tax, and tax is around 8.9%. If you want to round it up to 10%, that's about $118 in tax. Go to Webinar 250 license is $17.28 a year plus tax, which totals about $29.16 in tax, which is about $3,200, give or take, probably a little less. Both licenses would go away. This would be replaced by Go to Training, which is $37.68 plus tax yearly. And this is a 12-month cycle. Now, we're going to get 2 credits, and it's approximate because the numbers I got were a couple of weeks ago. They couldn't give me credits based on a date in the future. So the numbers I'm going to give you will slightly, underline slightly, decrease. 520 for Go to Webinar. I'd estimate about 515 or probably about 510 if you use my timeline. And a $55 credits are probably closer to 50 for Go to Training. So we're going to get 2 credits towards this purchase, which means our total cost this year for a 12-month cycle that would start up very soon would be $3,200 plus tax. So our total increase, even in the future, is about $800 to the district, from where we are now at $2,900 to going ahead at $37.68. We're about $800 increase. And that is, as I say, is a 12-month cycle. So our timeline, I would do this between November 22nd and December 1st, as there are workshops up until the 21st of November, so I can't change it prior. Tom and I are then going to plan special events to acquaint our Lions with the platform. He has some really fun ideas, and those will come out. Training will be adjusted for our presenters to educate them on the new features. Those who've already been through my training, I'll do a short one on the new features. For the new ones, it'll be just part of the training. The first training we'll have, first use of the platform, would be the regional leadership class on December 19th. They're the first ones that would be using it. After that, I guess probably about a month before the next one starts. There's not much going on for us around Christmas. So in conclusion, after evaluating the software, and I've had multiple discussions, I propose that we make the above switch. This will provide our Lions with a far better training experience, resulting in Lions who are better able to provide service and be much more effective leaders because they'll have a better training. Also, MD21 now is attracting the attention of other multiples, and we're taking the lead in online presentations and training. I'm working with Wyoming now, Nevada, and other states who are looking at what we're doing and think it's really wonderful. The platform will further enhance our position as technology and training leaders in CA1, which to me is invaluable and really good for us as a multiple. So that's my proposal, and I can take questions now or during discussion.
Okay,
We have one comment. PCC John Hart says, I fully support upgrading to go to training. And then we have
Thanks, John.
two questions from Ethel Lazario. And the first one is, I understand that all meetings are being recorded. How do we access the recording?
The meetings will be recorded, and they will be for classes that are being taught live. They'll be in the catalog. When you go to the catalog, it'll be the pre-recorded classes with all the materials. So they'll be in the catalog, and there'll be links to that, similar to what we have now with the Learning Channel, but it'll be different links.
And then the second question is, the platform going to be available for those clubs who want to use it?
Yes, all of the MD21 platforms are available for free to all our clubs in our zones and our regions and so forth. It's just a matter of making sure of your scheduling. So the sooner you schedule, the better. And I'm happy to help you. I'll be happy to help you and run your events and so forth. Just please bear in mind, I do run a business, so I do prefer sometimes evening or weekends occasionally, so I can take care of my clients. Just a personal request. Other questions, please? Or from the council?
okay. I would like to have my governors make a motion to approve us going to the go to training that has a lot more value than the go to webinar and go to meeting. We still have some of those options. So we have a motion on the floor.
So moved.
Chuck, do we have a second? Okay, now let's have a discussion. Do we have any more discussion, especially from our cabinet, our council on this? I do know we've discussed moving around some monies since, because of COVID, we're not using a lot of the monies that was allocated to some, like our leadership and things like that, especially that one, so we can cover it out of that, since this is basically going to be utilized for go to training with the leadership. So we will get a little bit of a discount, right, Brian?
Yes, we have the credits coming. I did look
Okay.
into nonprofit, and that's not available, unfortunately.
Oh, for go to training?
Yeah, I tried to get us a nonprofit discount, but
Oh,
plus
okay.
technically MD21 is not a nonprofit. We're not a tax entity, so.
Okay, and Ken just wrote, he said that he's used go to training at work, so he fully supports it. Those in the leadership really support it because they've been using it, so that's good to know. So any other discussion from any of the council or anybody else who's here? We've got 76 people out there. So glad that you're here to be a part of this. These are open discussions. Anyone can ask questions or raise their hand and be a part of this, because all of us are moving together at the same time here. So this is great.
Ellen
So
Yops, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Lori.
There are two. One is a comment from Ellen Yops. It's try AARP discount. The second one is a question from Ethel Lusario again, and it's how much discount if a nonprofit availability of this package?
To go to the first question, it's a business platform for businesses. So when it's business to business, they don't offer AARP. Business to people, they do, like a Denny's or a hotel. But when it's business to business, they don't do those kinds of discounts. To the second, I don't think there was very much of a discount at all. In fact, I don't even know if they even offer one. I asked them, I talked to them on the phone. And if there is, it was not real helpful, put it that way. It was not enough to, plus the fact that we weren't even a nonprofit. But I can double check on that to find out if it saves us money. I'll look into it. But like I say, MD21 is not a 501 or a 504 or anything else, so we really can't do it in our name.
Right. Okay, especially our first vice district governors that are going to be moving up to district governor next year. This program is going to be here to support your year. It's a big program, and if you have Richard or Joyce, if you have any discussions, I mean, remember, you don't have to go searching for an multiple district IT chair. Brian has offered to stay another year to support this. So if any of the other council, I don't think we have Jim Kuhn on here. He hasn't come in yet. Ethel, she's been asking questions. If there's no other discussion, no other questions at this point, I want to call for a vote. Chuck and Keith?
Chuck votes aye.
Aye.
All right, all in
Extension-
favor, it's approved. Great. Okay, we'll move on. That will be, we'll be talking with Lion Steve, that will come out of the leadership budget instead of
Reading
the
it so that I
IT
didn't even get
budget.
to make a comment.
There's a
What,
comment.
Joyce? Joyce? Joyce,
Yes,
what are you saying?
I said I had a comment, but since it's already been voted on, it doesn't matter.
You can still make a comment, go for it.
I want to hear it, Joyce.
Well, I do support this, but my biggest concern is that we have so many people that can't do it online. They need trainings more hands-on. Is that still going to be available to them with this program too?
Yes,
If
plus
needed?
Tom and I are creating some activities so those who are unfamiliar can come in an informal event and learn to use the features of the program. There'll be some really fun social type activities via GoToTraining that will bring people in a fun way with no pressure.
Okay, that's good to hear because I'm still very concerned about the hands-on. Mainly in 21 North, there's a lot of people that are really struggling with it. So that was my biggest concern.
It's everywhere. It's
And that's a
everywhere. It's
great,
not just,
great comment. That's why when we tested it, I brought in people who would be in the audience of different platforms and different skills. I wanted to see if those who maybe were on a different platform or weren't as comfortable could use it, could get in easily. So I
Okay, well,
really,
that was my
concerned me.
Yeah.
biggest question. Thank you.
okay. Remember when we asked for a discussion or whatever, I mean, we got, I know it takes, there's a lag time, but find your mic as soon as you can or do something or raise your hand or whatever real quick. We're getting short on time here. The motion's been approved. We'll get with you later on that, Brian.
Thank you very
Next
much.
week, you're welcome. Thank you for all your research. Next up, we have past international director, Alan Lundgren.
I'm here.
Yay, where's your camera?
There I am.
Brian, where's his camera? He was there before.
There I am.
There you are.
We
Okay.
have two candidates that we need to endorse. We have previously endorsed Doug Alexander out of New York. He was endorsed by the council, and we just simply need a motion to carry it forward for this year. He was endorsed for Singapore when the Singapore convention got canceled. It was transferred to Montreal. So that is one of the motions. And the second one, we also had for Montreal, the endorsement by the council, all of your past international officers from MD21 that currently reside here have endorsed them. The executive board has endorsed him, and we need the approval of the council to endorse Fabricio Oliveira from Brazil as the candidate for third vice president. He meets all of the qualifications, and we haven't endorsed a candidate from Constitutional Area 2 in a long time, and he is an outstanding counsel. I know him personally. I highly recommend him, and I know past President Joe and the rest of the executive past international officers have thrown their support for Fabricio. And so I would make a motion that we also endorse his election at Montreal.
Okay, we're going to call for a motion to support First Vice President Doug Alexander for International President and for third International Vice President Fabricio from Brazil. Do I hear a motion?
So moved by Chuck.
Okay, second?
You got a second, Keith?
Okay, any discussion at all? Any questions out there, anything? If
Barbara, there are two comments.
Yes.
Ethel Rosario has commented, I support, and PID Dave Roberts commented, PID Dave Roberts fully supports Doug Alexander for international president.
Great. Okay, thank you. So all in favor, it's approved?
Aye.
All right, there we go. Okay, thank you, Alan. Did you want to do the USA Canada Leo leadership next?
Yes, we're making application, or we wish to make application for to be the host for the leadership forum in July of 2021. That would be a year from this July. It will be in Canada, and I'm asking for the budgeted $2,000 to support this endeavor.
And that budget will be for, we're going to do an essay for Leos from the north and the south, and that'll be monies to provide for them to, a little bit of monies to provide for them to go if
Yes.
they open the borders.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
Okay. So we have a motion to support the USA Canada Leo Leadership Forum in July of 2021, and I believe it's in Toronto, isn't it? Alan?
No, yes.
Yeah, okay. And to support them with a budget of $2,000 that we're going to develop an essay contest with the North and South Leos and give X amount of money for X amount of Leos to go, correct?
Correct.
Is that the motion? Okay, do I have a motion?
So moved by Chuck.
All right. Do I have a second?
I second that.
Okay, and then all in favor, approved?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, aye, aye. Okay, Alan, I'll get you that support letter that we can send to Pablo for the USA Canada Forum for
Thank
the
you.
Leos, okay? Great,
And
thank you very
apologize
much.
for being late. I had the council meeting on my agenda for tomorrow.
Well, I hope you have a good time tomorrow.
Yeah.
Bye, Alan.
It'll be a short meeting.
It will. Thank you so much.
So,
Okay,
Barb,
we're moving right along. Yes.
there is a question from Ethel Rosario. She's asking, how many Leos are we looking at?
We don't have the details yet on that. We'll get that back to you through the Leo channel with Al and Kaz and Kamishi. Okay, so we'll get that information to you shortly, because we're developing what topic for them to talk on for the essay
Ethel,
card.
is to answer the question, it was to get the budget item so that we can move forward,
Yeah.
and then it will be finalized as we move forward.
Details coming. Thank you. Any other questions there, Lori?
Not that I can see, no.
Great. Okay. I'm going to kick up the speed here too, because we've got a lot to go. Right next, we have past council chair Tom Simmons. He's going to talk about the Kindness Matters contest. Does he have audio, Brian?
Is self-muted, but he does have audio. There, now he's unmuted. Tom, you just muted
Okay.
again. Line
Oops.
Tom, please. There you go, Tom. You can speak. We
Okay.
can hear you now.
Hello. I just wanted to welcome everybody, and what I want to talk about is the as multiple district service chair coordinator. I do want to congratulate the Williams Lions Club from 21 in as the Kindness Matters Service Award nomination from the multiple districts. We had 3 clubs nominated, and 21 in selected. All 3 clubs were from 21 in, and the 3 clubs were selected. The winner was selected by the cabinet of the 21 North, and Williams Lions Club started a spot machine for their schools, and they organized with a lot of different organizations in there to purchase a spot machine and keep it usable for all the kids of Williams. And so we very well are very proud of them, and there will be 20 winners internationally, 2 of which will be Leo's club, and so we have a big challenge there to get them through there, but we're very proud of them and the hard work they've done. And to maybe speed up time, I was going to have a global service chair. I just want to say, keep up the good work, Lions. We do serve, we can serve, but just remember, our individual service counts as Lions service. If you be kind to somebody, you help them do something, you can count that with your club. Keep it on the reported on the My Lion if there has been some problems with My Lion. If you have problems with My Lion, let everyone know. Let your zone chair know. Let your leadership chair know. Especially let your district DST know. So, and that would be Maribel Dillard or IPDG Chris Gibbs. So please keep up the good service, report, because it'll help us know what we're doing and be able to brag on ourselves and show other people what the Lions do. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your report, and congratulations to the Williams Club for the nomination. And hopefully in January, we'll hear that you won. So that's fabulous. Thank you. And 21 South, we need to keep an eye out on these contests and put some nominations in also. So, I mean, the nominations are over, but for next year, be looking for those. Okay, the best thing that's coming up right now, we've got Gerson Gonzalez and his team. Gerson, say something very short about whether Montreal's a go or a no, real short.
Okay, so you want me to say that, do that first?
That comes
Okay.
later,
That
Bob.
first,
Montreal's
and
later.
then, and I
Okay.
understand, but this way we can cut.
This way we get it over and
two
take
birds
the
with one
time.
stone.
Yes,
And then go
yes,
ahead
yes.
with your parade shirt.
Yes, convention, Montreal. The Canada Lions are telling us that they are ready for either virtual or live. All health and safety measures have been taken and are being taken, and they're working with the health department. LCI registration is open and they're saying for you to register. They are also saying that information will be posted ASAP as soon as they have any. And if you go into the website, you'll see that some of the keynote speakers are there, and that is my report on that.
Thank you so much. That's First Bird. Now, this is the exciting part. Let's do the parade shirt contest voting.
Okay, everybody knows about every 5 years we select a new shirt, parade shirt, everything shirt. I like to recognize immediately my committee, which is Second Vice District Governor Luzario Smith et al. From Phoenix Asian American Lions Club for the North. And for the North too, past District Governor Gabriel Rosemary from the Phoenix Phil Am Lions Club, and past council chairperson Jim Whalen. Jim Whalen is from the South, and from the South Tucson Lions Club. And Lion Richard Stevenson is from the Cyber Club of South Tucson. Of course, Lion Jim has experience in this department, and Lion Stevenson was the operator for the Zooms every time we had a meeting. I also like to thank those who served as pre-judges. And now, Lion Richard Stevenson will be reading a paragraph for each winning entry, the first of 3 entries. I like to congratulate those providers for the 3 entries on being 1, 2, and 3. And we will go to voting. Cece Barbara and Lion Brian will explain and tell us, and Lion Brian will bring up the entries that I think are number 1, 2, or 3, and we will go. Lion, Cece Barbara, go ahead.
Gerson, how many entries did we have in the contest?
We had 6.
Wow, good. Okay. Go ahead, Brian. You can take it from here.
Okay, Lion, greetings all. Lion Rich is going to read the paragraphs. At the end of the 3 shirts, I will then launch a poll where you will vote on which of the 3 shirts you prefer to be our multiple district shirt. And then I will then, Gerson, do you want to announce it, or do you want me to just show the results of the poll? How do you like me to do it?
You could just show the
okay, then I will just share the
results.
results, and we'll go from there. Then Gerson will take back and announce what he's got to announce.
And the CC can say, she's watching right there close. Okay.
So Lion Richard, if you want to start reading, I'll bring up the first one, and I'll just stay with you. Lion Richard Stevenson, are you? Oh, hold on a minute. It's my fault. I got him. Now he's muted by himself. Lion Richard, please unmute yourself. There you go. Okay. You're good to go.
Shirt number 1 is entitled Grand Canyon. The Lions of Arizona deserve a shirt that is colorful and easily communicates the beauty of our state. The picture of the Grand Canyon was proudly donated by a very close friend of ours being anonymous, of course, who is a professional photographer. He said it would be an honor to have his photo on our parade shirts. Even though we had to reduce the number of colors in the image for silk screening, I think the image turned out beautifully. Above the canyon, it says Arizona Lions, and below it says Grand Canyon State. We should be proud that Arizona is home to one of the 7 wonders of the world. Why not feature our most known claim to fame on our shirts? The front has a Lions logo with MD21 written underneath. On the sleeve, it says the state of Arizona flag with its brilliant colors and the shape of the state of Arizona. If you want a shirt that pops and everyone will recognize, this is the shirt. That's shirt number 1. Shirt number 2, please. Shirt number 2 is called Happy Cactus. My logo was designed, of course, is anonymous. We don't want anyone to know who these people are. My logo was designed to be visible and represent our state in a positive light. It's the shape of Arizona to provide a visual cue showing who we are even from a distance. The saguaro cactus is the state cactus, and the cowboy hat represents Arizona being out west. Of course, our saguaro is a happy cactus because lions have fun. Excuse me. The sun and the saguaro sunglasses represent our well-known sunny, warm, dry weather. The cactus is in the desert as we house two of the biggest deserts in the world. The lion's symbol and motto are self-explanatory. Thank you for selecting my entry as one of the finalists. And now, number 3, and that was called It's a Dry Heat. The shirt's artwork tastefully and colorfully captures our Arizona mountains, cactus, desert, and sun while representing our Southwestern heritage. The logo on the front pocket area in the back says Arizona with the lion's logo in the O in Arizona, a subtle but clear and positive statement of who we are. The smiling sun with the sunglasses on the sleeve adds color and humor with Arizona's catchphrase, It's a dry heat. This shirt looks great in any of the 12 colors that it comes in, making it easy to select a parade shirt that our Lions will be proud to wear to Lion events and out in the public. This shirt is breathable, comes in men's and women's sizes, and is simple, classy, and fun. Thank you so much.
Great descriptions. PIP Joe says he can't see the shirts. Do we know any reason why he can't see the shirts, Brian?
I'm muted. He's on a phone. Maybe because he's on his phone.
Oh, I thought Joni had,
Wait,
I
we
thought
can see
Joni
it.
had a laptop.
See,
Okay.
Barbara, can you see it?
Oh yeah. Yeah, these are cool. Now, I know you're gonna do the voting and everything, but our audience who's going to be voting, we have 75 people here who's going to be voting. They
Wow.
may want to know, or do these shirts have pockets, or what about the colors? Are we picking colors and all that kind of stuff, or is that the team going to
That
decide?
comes later.
Okay,
We
so
have
we're
a lot of
picking
time.
the logo.
Usually that comes later, goes into marketing and bidding, and then
Okay.
we can present pockets or no pockets. So, and different colors, like we've done before, that we have 3 people at each district modeling colors and pick a color.
Cool. So right now we're picking the logo.
Yes, the design.
Okay, I just want everybody on here to understand we're picking the logo at this time.
And
Okay.
there's many colors that this church could be in.
Yes. Okay. So who's
Can we see the 3 pictures again?
Sure, run them back.
Here's shirt number 1.
Grand Canyon shirt.
Canyon. Number 2, I believe Richard called Happy Cactus. I think is the name he gave it.
Happy Cactus.
Then number 3, I don't know what you called this one, Richard.
It's a dry heat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Barbara?
I love it.
The It's a Dry
Yes.
is only on the sleeve?
Oh, Gerson, Richard.
Yeah, it looks like
What
it.
was the question?
It's a Dry Heat is only on the sleeve?
Is on a sleeve, yes.
On one sleeve, okay.
One sleeve, and the other sleeve is for MD21.
Okay, does that answer your question, Alan?
Yes.
Okay.
And CC Barbara?
Yes.
There's a comment from Richard Hopkins. It said the wording on shirt 1 needs to be a lighter color so it's readable. And then the second comment is shirt number 3 is the best, but the logo is a New Mexico clone.
Which logo?
The one
On
with the
shirt number
cactus
3?
and the sun. Yeah.
Also,
just go ahead.
Yeah.
Lion Dick Sawyer
Okay.
also has a question. He has his hand up. Lion Dick, I have unmuted you. Please ask your question.
That's a comment.
Well, I was wondering if it's possible to put all 3 shirts on the screen at once so we have them side by side to look at.
No,
That'd be a question.
I set it up as a PowerPoint with all 3 shirts separately. I did not do a final slide, and that's my mistake. I'd be happy to go through them again though
Yeah,
if you would
run
like.
them through a couple times. That way they can see shirt 1, 2, and 3.
And then when you
So
do
keep in mind,
the poll has a cue for each shirt to remind you which
Faye,
one
you
is
want to
which.
come up here and look at these new shirts? Okay.
I'll kiss. Here's number 1
yeah,
again, Grand Canyon, I believe
Grand
it was
Canyon
called.
shirt. Yeah,
Number 2, I think was called Happy
Happy
Cactus.
Cactus,
And number 3, Gerson said is called It's a Dry Heat.
Dry Heat. Those are so cool. Okay, do you guys need more time? Anybody out there with any other questions about the logo before we go for the vote? Because we want everybody to participate. There's 76 of you out there. So,
Barbara,
yes.
there's a comment from Annie Hamu saying, can we
Yes.
please consider a more breathable material? Thanks for your attention.
They're all
Yes,
breathable. Yes.
yeah, they all say they're breathable, but I can guarantee you they're not.
That's not, the
But, and
shirts are
I
going to be
understand.
worked out later.
Yeah,
The shirts aren't even
yeah,
being
we're
talked
just
about.
doing the logo right now, Andy, but I hear you. Okay. Okay, if there's no other questions, I'm going to take like 30 seconds and then Brian's going to be bringing up the poll. So if you have any other quick questions on the 3 logos, you have 3 great examples here. What do you want your next parade shirt to look like? And keep in mind, parade shirts can be worn at your club, at your district, at your multiple district, but this will be the only shirt you can wear if you march in the international parade. Okay. Any other questions, Lori? No other hands up?
I
Oh,
have a
Fred's got a
hand
hand
from
up.
Fred Garmison. I got it. Hey, Fred, you're unmuted. Go ahead.
How are we voting on this thing?
There's going to be a poll coming up in a moment. The poll is going to give you a choice. You're going to click your choice and hit the submit button.
We're just going to
Yes.
click on, okay.
Yeah.
And by the way, and also Ron Robbins has a question as well. Lion Ron Robbins, I just trying to keep track. Lion Ron Robbins, you have a question? I can't unmute you. You've muted yourself. You need to unmute yourself if you have a question. Lion Ron Robbins. You are self-muted. I cannot unmute you. So I'm going to go to Lion Chris Gibbs, PDG Chris.
I just wanted somebody to mention my name.
Shirt 3 continuously.
Okay, there goes 30 seconds off my calendar here.
Lion Ron, you
Thanks.
are
Thanks,
unmuted. Lion
Chris.
Ron, did you have a quick question? Lion Ron Robbins, your hand
Continue
is
to
up and
show
you're
shirt
unmuted.
3 continuously. Why can't you rotate the 2 and 1 whether just 3 all the time?
You're breaking up. I can't tell what you're saying, sir.
Well, he just wants you to show 1 and 2 as much as 3 is being shown. He doesn't understand these are slides and
They're
they're not, we
slides.
can't rotate them. It's in a
So
presentation.
I just was clicking on them and we started talking on slide 3, and then the next slide is something totally different. So I can leave that one up instead if you want. So I just left up 3 because that's when we were talking. So are we ready to vote, Lion Barb? Lion Gerson?
Gerson, Richard, are we ready?
We are. Yes, we are.
Okay. Bring the poll up and you're voting for the logo for the shirt.
And one quick
Okay.
thing, the panelists cannot vote on this. If you want to submit a written vote to me privately through messaging, I can take it into account, but it doesn't work for panelists. So here we go. I'm launching the vote. It's coming up. You can now see the vote. If you're on a phone device, the submit button's on the top. If you're on a laptop or a computer, your submit button will be towards the bottom. I got 60% voting.
All right.
What if we're on a
72%
tablet?
voting. As I said, Alan, since you are on a panel, you can't vote using that. You got to send it to me.
Yeah, text Brian.
Okay.
Anybody on the panelists here, if you want to vote, just send him number 1, 2, or 3 in a text.
Okay, 86% have voted.
Put it in the chat window.
Okay, and I'm getting some numbers here, so you have to let me set that up on my piece of paper. I'm just going to informally, and actually my computer does remote record these logs. So if someone's got a question, I will have all these logs. Grand Canyon, that's okay.
Oh, up to 91% have voted.
Yes, and I'm
Great.
doing the hand voting right now.
If you haven't voted, please submit.
The council is still submitting. I think I'm getting messages on my phone too. Hang on a second.
Yeah.
People are attacking me from everywhere. Okay, hold on a second.
Oh,
Okay.
neck and neck here.
Oh, yeah, I
Yeah, hold
sent
on
it
a
through
minute.
the text. I text.
Okay, I got to add some to these votes. So, although I don't know that it'll help, I got to see the totals. It looks like 91%. It's been 1 minute and 49 seconds. We'll give you a little longer.
Yeah.
How much longer do you want me to give them? I got 91% who have voted, and I've got four,
It hasn't,
5. I got
it
9
hasn't
votes
changed.
emailed to me. I had 9 votes emailed to me.
It
And I
hasn't
text
changed.
you. I text one.
I got it, Gerson. That's one of the 9 votes that were mailed to me.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
We're
I
2
say you
minutes.
can go. Let's do 2 minutes 30 seconds. If it doesn't change, we'll call it at 2 minutes 30 seconds, and we'll let everybody know the winning logo. And first place, second place, third place. Okay.
Okay, I need to figure out the total votes on this. I do have the
That's
poll and I
okay.
can share it. I can put that up now, but I got to see what it shows. I can't see the numbers, how many voted for each. I'm gonna have to pull that up separate on a different report because I can't see the numbers.
Okay.
Hold on a second.
Oh
It's
yeah,
showing me
it's
a percentage,
percentages.
but it's not showing me
Yes.
the actual numbers, which is not helpful at the moment.
Well, that's too bad.
Because it looks like Grand Canyon and Sure 3 are a dry heat. They're both tied at 42%. But if I
Yes.
take and at the written votes, it's also a dead even tie.
Oh, wait a minute. I thought you have 9, you have 10?
I have 4, 4, and 1. So 4 more to the first, 4 more to the second. So they evened out. And then the third choice, 4 more to the first, 4 more to 3. And choice number 2 got 1 more. So 1 and 3 are tied. Votes numbers 1 and 3 are tied.
Any
Wait a minute, wait a
suggestions?
second.
Wait,
I got another vote, which gives number 3 the vote by 1 vote.
Okay.
I just
There
got
you go.
another one texted to me by one of the council people.
okay,
Okay.
so number 3 is the winner then.
Number
Okay.
1 is second, and number 2 is third.
Okay.
Okay. Just wait.
Wait a
Number
minute, wait, there's
3
more
is.
votes. Wait a minute,
Hold
there's
on.
more votes coming in. Just a minute. What am I
Oh,
seeing here?
yeah.
People, Carolyn Messier is sending me a vote. Yeah, Joyce, I already got chat. That's what I was counting first, and then it started coming in on my phone. Chat's what I counted first.
Oh, she's already counted. Okay.
Okay, I got 2 more votes here, and 1 more vote. Oh, good God. We're back to a tie because this person voted for number 1, so we're tied.
Great. All right, people. Did
Oh,
everybody vote?
wait. No, we're not. Number 3 wins because I didn't get Matt's vote, came in late. Somehow Joyce
Yep,
measured
there it
me
is.
Matt's vote. So it's number 3 is first place, number 1 is second place, number 2 is third place.
Congratulations. Those will be
Okay.
posted and shown at the Canyon State Lion, and thank you, everybody.
Gerson, thank you so much for chairing this team. I know you guys put a lot of work in on this. This is a lot of fun. So I'm glad that we got a chance to do this. So we also have some monies that will be handed out for first, second, and third. And the choice will be they either get their monies to go to LCIF, or the monies can go back into the production of the shirts, which will lower the cost of the shirts. So keep all those things in mind. Gerson, did you want to talk about our last shirts, that we have a quantity of shirts, and what you want to do with those?
Okay, we are working on, and I don't know, is Lion less, PDG less
He's here.
Xavier Yezon. We have some money, was not turned over, I think, to the multiple. And we have an inventory that has a lot of shirts, and I don't know how many. I will get with PDG list and see, and we can sell those at half price or below and put that towards defraying the cost of the new shirt. So we can really can have a very affordable shirt and a beautiful shirt already.
Great.
Thank
Great. Any questions on that so we can move on because
There
we're
is
running
one
short here. Go
There
ahead.
is one question from Jim Whalen. It's like, why was vote more than 100%?
It wasn't. There was the vote on the poll. Then there was the vote for the ones who could not take the poll, which was the council people who were panelists. They could not vote. The vote is not more than 100%. Remember, the numbers on the poll you're seeing are percentage, not amount of people.
Percentage, right.
So
And I
there's
did
a total of 100.
I voted on the chat.
How many times?
All right.
I'm a flying voter, so I voted 3 times.
You're echoing. You need to turn off
Okay.
your echo.
Yeah. Okay, guys. Thank you so much. We're going to move forward, or else we're going to be cutting people off, and we'll blame it on you guys. How's that? So, before I go to Chuck for doing the vice council chairperson to run some of this, is there anything else I forgot or wasn't told? Because I was telling people all along for the past month, if you have anything for the agenda, send it to me in an email. Don't tell me because my memory's as short as everybody else's around here. And if you need something on the agenda, always send me an email. What's that feedback, Brian?
I'm looking for it right now. Somebody's.
Oh,
Gerson was on. I turned him off.
Gerson. Anyway, always send me an email for any items you want on the agenda. I always have a folder that says first council meeting, second council meeting. Now it's going to be third. So if you want something on the agenda or you have need to know something, like I say, there are no secrets in this state, in this district, in the clubs, no secrets. And if anybody's holding secrets, guess what? We will dig them out. So there. Anyway, so I'm moving forward. DG Chuck, we've already done Montreal, so start with the MD committee reports and the MD GAT reports. Now, not everybody wants to report, but you can ask any of the MD committees to come up. Okay, and all they have to do is say they're here and they want to report on something. If not, they file written reports, and those will be available to anyone in the state. Okay.
Yes, well, as said, does anybody wish to give a multiple district report tonight? Speak up or forever hold your peace. Tom.
I do.
Okay.
Hold on, Marie.
In regards to the leadership team, we have Ken presenting to us as a PowerPoint that he'll be presenting. And I'm glad my picture was not confused with the monkey on the PowerPoint.
Okay.
PDG, Ken will take it away.
Okay, what we have on the screen should be the four different things that we wanted to at least express. There had been a request for us to move forward with the Emerging Lions Leadership Institute for the fiscal year 2021 and 2022. Given the COVID scenario, if we can go to the next slide, Brian, thank you. Whoop, there we go. Is that my screen or your screen? Oh, you gave me moderation. I'm sorry. Okay.
Yeah, you're in control.
The concept that we have, the LA for 2021 is basically a 3-day event where it's 2.5 days. It would be nice to be able to put all of this together in one location, but we want to try and get as many people as possible and try and keep costs down to a bare minimum. So this is an example of what the agenda could look like, but how do we implement that agenda?
You had it.
Sorry, the
Ken, you want
slides
me?
are not going down in the right order. Part of what we're thinking in terms of doing at this LA event, which is the Emerging Lions Leadership Institute, would be to set up different venues throughout the state, from Tucson, Flagstaff, Phoenix West, Phoenix East, anywhere in the state, and have between 5 and 8 Lions per team doing it on an interactive video presentation. This would accommodate any of the COVID restrictions that might be coming up if we still have that issue. Otherwise, we can be looking ahead towards a single location. This is giving us some flexibility, and we're hoping that with that flexibility, we can also be able to bring in, via interactive video presentations, bring in better moderators. So we were looking at trying to get people to be able to come in and present, as well as to the individual teams at the various locations via GoToMeeting and the GoToMeeting or GoToTraining, and at the same time have each of the different satellite locations be able to communicate back and forth with one another, because part of the presentation in Ellie is that each one of the teams would make a presentation to the other groups. So that is our plan. We would like to be able to have the multiple district endorse the plan to go ahead and move forward with planning for an Emerging Lions Leadership Institute for the year. We also have planned several other activities coming up, which include what we're referring to as discussion topics for all of our clubs, and helping the clubs with the zone chairs. This particular is an agenda that we have planned for Saturday, December 12. That would be a zone chair and region chair meeting at 10 o'clock. It would be with GoToTraining or GoToMeeting, whichever one we can utilize, where we would be talking about how to use the club health assessment. I've been talking with PDG Bobby Ravenkamp in terms of trying to put together a specific program, about a 10 to 15 minute, on how to use the club health assessment, go into talking about promoting Ellie, talk about the new member orientation, whether it's a club function or a zone chair opportunity, and go into the monthly roundtable concept that we would like to be able to do. The monthly roundtable would be allowing us to be able to put more presentations in front of clubs. And here we go, there we go. These would start off with a open-ended online presentation, finish up with some unscripted conversation, and these would be on a regular basis for the club leaders, so that they'd be able to have an opportunity to get those burning questions out into the open, and have all of the other fellow officers be able to talk about how they're doing in their club and what's working successfully. So we're looking at starting the first Saturday with a 9 o'clock session for secretaries, and then a 10:30 session for treasurers. The second Saturday of the month, presidents and vice presidents, followed by board members. On the third Saturday of the month, the action team, that would be the service, the membership, leadership. And then a 10:30 would be kind of all leaders, a potpourri. So this is kind of an ongoing training, but it wouldn't be formalized training. It would be dealing with a topic of the month, shall we say, and then being able to have individual conversations, again, in those training platforms that we have. So this is what the global leadership team is trying to work on, and we're hoping to be able to get this started by the 1st of December with the zone chair roundtable on December 12th. The first Saturday in December would be the secretaries and treasurers, and just follow that schedule. We'll be making these announcements going out to the club leadership at the December Canyon State Lion. Any questions?
Yes, we have Fred Garmison has his hand raised. I'm going to go ahead and try to unmute him.
No, I was just got my hand raised because I want to make my report when you get around to it. That's all.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Okay, wait until the next report's called for. Thank you. Okay, we've gone way too long on this. I need to make a motion really quick to the council. Do you
Brian Barb,
approve?
Ethel Lazario has her hand up. Excuse me.
Okay,
Ethel also
wait a
has her
minute.
hand up.
Wait a minute. We need to do this very quick. We are going to make a motion to approve Ellie going forward. Do I hear a motion for this?
So moved.
Okay, good.
I
So
second.
Ellie, you can go ahead with the planning for Ellie, and the others is within your GLT concept. That's fine for roundtables or whatever. Very, very short questions, or they should be handled in the questions there with the leadership with Tom. Bottom line is we have just taken up way too much time, and I'm cutting this off at 8 o'clock. And for those that don't get to speak, here we go. So let me see. So we have a motion approved and going forward on the Ellie. So if there's any other questions that can be done offline, Chuck, ask for the next report.
Okay. Fred, would you like to report, please? Get your turn.
Short, very short.
Fred?
I got to unmute him. Give me a second.
There you go. I'm unmuted. This is going to be very short. Last check with Lions International, we have the MD has reported donations of $37,223. I know of at least 6,000 that has not been reported by them yet. So that's very good. We're doing very nicely. The Prescott Noon Club moved up to be a visionary club, and they have exceeded the requirements for that already. The Flagstaff Sunrise Lions Club became a classic club, and the Sun City Host Lions Club became a classic club, and they have exceeded that goal already. So that's my report, and my team is doing a fantastic job. That's the report. Thank you.
Yes, they are.
Thank you, Fred.
Next.
Any other MD report?
Any committee reports or GAT reports? I know we have Marie. Marie, you've got to shorten yours. And then also, Al, you've got to shorten yours because we're cutting off at 8. Don't cut other people off. So go ahead, Marie.
Marie, unmute yourself.
Charmels.
No, Marie's got her own now too.
Okay, now I'm unmuted. Thank you.
Okay.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you, CC Barb. First slide, please.
Just keep going. I'll stay with you.
First slide. Multiple district 21, it reported a net gain of 1 club, and this is the newly chartered club by GM3 from the north, Rosemary Gabriel, the Chino Valley Lions Club, and we also chartered 1 Leo club, which is the Phoenix Jewel of the East Leo Club. Next slide. We reported a net gain on the 21 North. We reported a year-to-date add of 101, a year-to-date drop of 68 for a net gain of 33. For the South, it's a add of 79, drop of 65 for a net growth of 14. Overall, our net growth was 47. Hopefully, we can double these numbers by next council meeting. Next slide, please. Out of the 21 North clubs, we have 48 clubs that have 20 members or less. And in the South, we have 45 clubs with 20 members or less. Our district chairs for the South and for the North, I had a a team exercise with them, and we did a SWOT analysis. And this is what we came up with. Next slide, please. For strengths, we picked, next slide, please. Strengths for the multiple district was strong leadership with vast experience and diverse visions, the ability to adapt to the new norm, and we did it in record time, diverse memberships, and the PD. We have a very active PDGA who is always ready, willing, and able to provide support to fledgling clubs and endangered clubs, such as what we have done in Florence and Eloy recently by past council chair Larry Palmer. For weaknesses, we have the North and South mindset still, inability to work as Team Arizona. Older clubs' inability or unwillingness to adapt to the new norm, membership retention, aging clubs and members, resistance to change, afraid to innovate. Next slide, please. Opportunities. Well, change mindset to Team Arizona thinking. And I know CC Barb is going to be pushing for this. A lot of us already, we go across the line and we're helping. Well, I have to help both districts because I'm multiple district. Service programs to entice the younger generation, the millennials, Gen X, and Gen Z population. Educate leadership from district, region, zone, club levels, as well as all willing members on service culture change, innovations, to be more proactive with the new norm. Older clubs who no longer wish to continue can be replaced with new charters with younger members, hence fresh ideas and a fresh approach to service. Joint projects for all clubs, either with other Lions clubs or Leo Cubs clubs. Utilize the experience and knowledge of the PDGs who are willing and able to serve to prevent membership losses and to help grow endangered clubs. Threats, unwillingness to change and adapt. This is how we always do it mentality. This is something we need to change. Otherwise, it is the kiss of death. Funding is always one of our biggest problems, especially now because of the pandemic, financial burdens on members, lack of leaders willing to step up to be a game changer. Next slide, please. I'm just going to breeze through this and let you know what's coming soon. We are submitting at the end of the month 2 new charter club applications for the North. One is the Scottsdale Yuppie Lions Club, chartering with, well, right now that's not updated because they're only they're down to 18 members, so they're still lacking 2. But that should be ready by the end of November. We will be submitting their charter. That is basically a singles Lions Club. And Zone Chair Farhana has initiated a conversation with a pastor from Yuma about starting a charter club in Yuma with his parishioners. And also at the end of the month, we will be chartering a new specialty club, which will be composed of, right now we have 10 Bangladeshis and 10 Indian community members. So that one is on the works as well. Next slide, please. NAMI, our membership, 21 is very involved with the NAMI, especially with chartering new clubs. And I'd like to mention the Connecting Lions to the 21st Century Service activity, because somebody had mentioned that we need training, especially for the 21 North. I believe that was VDG Joyce. This is where VDG Joyce, we have the Geek Squad in the Connecting Lions to the 21st Century. It will be led by President Kamalakshi of the Phoenix Jewel of the East. And we were thinking of having the Leos have either weekly or monthly hands-on virtual trainings for all our older Lions. So as soon as we develop the Geek Squad for Connecting the Lions to the 21st Century, this is something that we can hand out to the rest of the district leadership. Next slide. Membership development, recruitment, retention, expansion. I'm not going to go into that. Next slide, please. When we charter new clubs, a lot of people ask me, what are the easiest clubs to charter? I would say the easiest clubs to charter are your specialty clubs. Especially, you know, for the cultural clubs, I consider specialty clubs, the Phoenix Rainbow Lions Club. They're the easiest to charter, and Most of all, we can get the most membership with them because almost always these clubs are family clubs. But then, next slide, please. But then there's nothing stopping us from thinking outside the box, just like the Silk. That's going to be a Singles Lions Clubs. It's going to be a specialty club with theme meetings. They're going to combine networking, education, and fundraising. Their meetings are going to be something like, I know last Halloween they had a poker night, and then the winter they plan on having snowboarding as one of their fundraisers, and they're also going to have wine tastings and cheese parties. So this will be a very young, fun club. The median age of this club is about 35. So, growing clubs, chartering clubs, growing membership, the sky's the limit. I think you're only limited by what you think you can do or cannot do. So the only unknown is you. Are you up to the challenge? Thank you, everybody, for letting me report.
Okay, Chuck, before you go further, we are now 10 minutes to 8. And I know that Al needs 10 minutes for his. Marie had 5 that went 10, thank you. And we still have the state projects. Do we want to go 20 minutes longer and complete this, or do I call it a second meeting to finish this up? Let me know. Raise your hands if you want to go 20 minutes longer.
Let's just finish this out.
Yes, let's get it over with.
Yeah.
I didn't say talk, I said raise your hands.
I can't.
I'm seeing a number of hands go up, at least 25%. I'm going to say there's still more. So a lot of people are raising their hands. Not everybody, but a lot.
I'm sorry. Next time we're going to start muting people. I said we were going to do it this time and I didn't. I'm sorry. So when I set a 2-hour limit, I need to know how long your presentation is before you get up here with a bunch of slides. Okay, that's not going to happen again, or you don't have any slides. How's that? Because we have to be aware of people's time, and we're keeping this going. People have things to do. So thank you for your report. Who's next?
Al Hunter. You're up, Al.
Okay, thank you. Hey,
don't go over.
folks, we have an opportunity that awaits us right now, and that's to attract young youth to the Lions. Okay, and we all know right now MD21 membership has been trending downward for some time, and 66% of our Lions in 21 are 60 years or over, with 32% being over 75. So that speaks for itself right there. So there's no need to discuss the effects. We're living it. We're dealing with the problems and challenges. We all know what they are. Bottom line is, as our older members age out, we are burning out our most active younger members. That greatly raises the importance of the LEOS program to Arizona Lions. LEOS are a key component to help address both the effects of the membership decline and the issues. Key to the success is recruit LEOS, and motivate those LEOS to transition to a charter membership. In other words, LEOS Alliance. We've done it in our club and we know it works. So the need is new ways, new energy, bring LEOS in now. They are not our future. They are our now, and to encourage them through the LEOS Alliance program to become charter members. That is extremely important. So the key, let me get, okay, next slide. How we need all the Lions involved, and this is really important. It's not just for LEOS, it's for membership, it's for everything else. We don't have enough human resources in order to do everything effectively. So therefore, we need all the Lions involved. We need to reach out to the schools, the youth clubs, the church groups, etc. Share what LEOS and Lions do. For sponsoring clubs, and they need to gain commitment to serve their clubs, in other words, LEOS, and their way. LEOS will guide. Key thing on that is we take a mentorship and not dictate to them how they run their club. Let the LEOS lead. What does that mean? Respect their inputs Don't treat them as young labor and support their activities. We did that in Chandler, and that's how we got them to come into our club. So the cost of action. Our human resources, like I said, is currently spread really thin. We need to consolidate committees with connections to membership, multiple district and district leadership, membership services, and LEOs. In other words, it's one table. We got to get the folks in there, and we got to start exchanging ideas and put as much emphasis as we can, much energy as we can to turn this membership and the aging issue around. If we do it the same way as we have been, it's not going anywhere. Committees that LEOs would and could be involved with, for example, peace posters and vision screening, diabetes, et cetera, those they can actually get involved as long as we let them be able to do their own direction, okay, to some point. Okay, the point is bring in the LEOs to the table. LEOs sit with LCI, why not 21 and 21 North and South districts? Encourage active role with region and zone chairs. Bring the lines to the table. I cannot overemphasize the importance of the region and zone chairs in this, both in LEO development and also with membership development. LEOs become one element of the total state membership and leadership. In other words, they're part of our strategic plan as far as membership and leadership goes, not just a special project. Consider LEOs as part of the Arizona State Lions Youth Initiative that may include other youth groups. In other words, there may be some groups out there that may not fit the LEOs, but they can become part of us as an association kind of way so that we bring youth and we bring young ideas into the game. Most important is make them feel like they're important, part of LCI and Lions of Arizona. That is a key. The plan to do so will be coordinated with all the MD and district committees and action teams. So put aside the pandemic phobia and the panic and make 2020 the year of the LEO and youth that they are now in our replacements. Remember that. They are going to replace us. This approach that is one table concept provides a significant number of committee members with wide range of experience to analyze the problem, develop and help implement an effective plan to reverse our membership challenges. We need everybody to get involved. Everybody's a salesperson too, as far as talking to the communities. Lions of MD21, I've got an announcement to make. Welcome. You are all committee members of the new formation of the MD and district LEOs. Half of us may be aging out, but the LEOs will be here much longer than us. Let's mentor and train our replacements. Thank you, folks, and let's put a whole lot of energy into this because we desperately need it. We got to get the young folks in here. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Al. This will be going out to everyone. They need to see this. They need to know that we are bringing the LEOs to the table. If LCI is bringing them to the table at their board meetings, so will we. So keep that in mind and start pumping up your LEOs because we're going to start tapping them in. Okay, go ahead.
Lion Barb, Lion Richard has a question. Do you want to take it now? Richard Lieberherber, do you want to take his question real quickly?
If it's very short, yes. Go ahead.
Lion Richard, you're unmuted for a very quick question. Please ask it. Lion Richard Lieberherber, I've unmuted you for.
I don't have a question.
Oh, your hand was up.
Okay, your hand was up. Oh. Okay, go ahead, Chuck.
Okay, moving along. Rob Meyer is going to tell us about the state convention in May 2021. Take it away, Rob. Rob, unmute yourself.
He's not muted. I think he's frozen. No, he's moving. He's not muted. He's not frozen. He is moving. Let me check, Rob. Okay, Rob, you're unmuted. Go for it.
You hear me now? Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. And I'll make it quick. Thank you very much. While I know we all seem to love the virtual meetings in the world that we're in today, our goal is to come back to some kind of normal and meet in person again. And to that end, we've signed a contract already with the Embassy Suites in Tempe for April 30th through May 2nd for the state convention. We added a clause in there that if for some reason COVID restrictions keep us from doing that, we can reschedule and move it out to next year. And PDG Fred also talked to them about the November convention that we were going to have this month that we're going to reschedule for next year. So we're moving forward with them. Embassy Suites, we've had it there before. That's our goal. Unless the council wants us to stop, we're going to keep moving forward. Our next goal would be after the holidays to get with them and go over the menu so I can start to get the flyers ready to go out, the registration sheets and everything else. And I'm going to build a budget before the next council meeting. I'll be able to bring you a budget also, what we think we're going to need for the convention, and where that's about all I got.
Thank you, Rob.
Great
Okay.
report, Rob. Thank you.
Okay.
Moving on to the state projects. Does anyone wish to speak for Melvin Jones? State projects, Melvin Jones?
I have some hands up. I have Eddie Richardson, I have Richard and Annie. I think Annie's Melvin Jones. So let me get Annie.
Yes.
Annie, you're unmuted. Annie, you're
Okay.
unmuted.
Annie, please.
You're self-muted, Annie. Please unmute yourself. Okay, you're good to go, Annie.
The others
Okay.
write a question.
Hold on. Okay, on behalf of the Melvin Jones Lions International Memorial Board of Directors, we want to thank you for the opportunity to speak to you all. I'd like to begin with a hearty welcome to our newest board members, Sheila Palazzolo and Larry Brown, and I want to thank all our seasoned board members that have joined us again for this term. We do have 3 lucky spaces available on our board for any Lion member from 21 North, as all projects always need new ideas and eyes on moving our project forward. Formal board meeting will be coming up for ideas and decisions on how this project will move forward. Our annual rededication to Lionism event is still scheduled for January 16th. The rededication will also include a board meeting for those who would like to attend. There are trifold brochures available that have our donation information, and you could just email myself, Lion Annie Hamu, at lblionannie, you should all have that, and ask for some copies if you'd like. Our Vanguard and plaque programs are in place, and we are accepting donations of any kind. I'd like to give a special thanks to the clubs and Vanguards through the donations programs and in kind and monetary. And if you made a donation and have not received one of our special thank you cards from us, could you please email and let me know? With the COVID, we've had a lot of things going on, and if I missed you, we definitely want you to be duly noted for your help and support. The Safford Lions Club, for their many, many hours of maintenance work all year long without asking, without complaining, they are the real heroes for this memorial, and you are so greatly appreciated, Safford Lions. And I want you to know that you are all loved by this pack of Lions. So we will further have more things on our email and get things rolling. We've all now come back, and I want to thank you and have a great evening, everybody.
Hey.
Okay, moving right along. Eddie.
Just a second. Eddie, I've unmuted you, but okay, you're up, Eddie.
Am I up?
Yes.
You are.
Okay, thank you, everyone. As far as La Casa de los Leones, which is our location up in Tucson, elderly 36 units, we did have a scare. It was one COVID-19 incident. We did have the tenant quarantine, but we're all good. We've been very fortunate for the past 7 months, only having one incident. So everything's fine, the tenant is fine, and there were no more incidents. So the Lions Foundation of Arizona is fully rented, as well as La Casa de los Leones. So we're very thankful for that, and we're moving right along. A few of the board members of the Lions Foundation, as well as a few members of the Camp Tadia board met on November 5th, and through a Zoom meeting to discuss a few questions that the Camp Tadia board had. I feel it went very well. As of today, we have mailed a letter to Kathleen King, the board president of Camp Tadia. They showed interest in reimbursing LFA for the expenses for the land exchange, and have made it known that they would like title to the land. So we therefore mailed a letter and should be receiving, and We will take it from there. Any questions? I thank you for your time.
Thank
Have
you,
a good
Eddie.
evening.
Okay, moving right along. Camp Tadia.
I see Pam Swanson is here. Line Pam, you're unmuted.
Thank you. Okay, I wanted to report on the summer of 2020 because not everybody knows what we were doing. We knew we had to devise a plan to keep both our staff employed because we don't want to lose them, and our counselors know how to take care of specific campers. And it's essential to have them so that we can pass that knowledge along and not start from scratch. And since we couldn't be in person, we all knew it was important to stay familiar with our campers so that they remember staff and feel safe when we can be in person again. So we invented the Tadia Home Crew. We hired those staff who were willing to commit to 2021 to work from home, making videos from things that they had in their home and that campers would enjoy. We had 21 staff, not counting leadership, who signed up. We had 3 video teams, each led by one of our editors who are familiar with editing and YouTube and captioning. And these team leaders supervised teams of staff in content, filming suggestions, and then edited and captioned all the videos for families and uploaded it to our private YouTube channel. One of the teams was tasked with building a Tadia talk show that featured guests, mostly made of Tadia alumni that campers ask about, or others in the disability community. And we even scored some actresses and actors because it was private for campers. Every day we emailed 256 individual emails with links to our videos. Campers and families reported 400 to 550 people watching videos weekly. Many were sharing the videos with family and friends and watching together, and several group homes shared it with other group home houses. So YouTube reports over 8,000 views on our 130 videos, averaging out to about 61 views per video. Not mentioning the group video watches. It's also increased since August and people are rewatching them. So in addition, we ran 2 social groups among our orthopedically challenged school age and adult campers. And they met twicely, that's a new word. They met twice monthly to help fight depression and build connection within their community. With more needy campers and nonverbal campers, we scheduled 15-minute visitations with staff to maintain an emotional connection with those kids and adults so they feel safe returning to camp next year. I'm immensely proud of our teams dedicated to our campers and our ability to reinvent ourselves so quickly. I feel one of my favorite comments was from a parent that wrote, "Now I feel like I understand my child's attachment to your staff and camp in general. Everyone's so engaging and the messages were positive and empowering." We even had a camper make his own video and send it to us, which we featured over our break week on how to make a breakfast sandwich. He did an awesome job and mimicked what he had seen in our cooking episodes. We also sent a survey out to our camper families in August, and they would love for us to continue on a small scale off season. So we're working on funding to twice weekly do videos and then off season have social groups for campers as well. We took seriously our Lions motto of "We Serve" and housed traveling nurses that were working at Summit Hospital, which is only 2 miles away from us in Show Low. Through September 30th. We did not charge the hospital for its use. They were willing to pay additional expenses and utilities, but there was no need. So we also were able to reduce our insurance this year by 65% to help save costs monthly. However, we still have overhead utilities and insurance and maintenance and staff costs throughout the year. So please remember us in your giving. And I want to bring your awareness, as COVID has greatly reduced your social circle and your enjoyment, this reality is very much like the lives most of our campers have on a daily basis. So please take the time to think about that and remember why places such as Camp Tadia, your Lions Camp Tadia, are so important. Lastly, please check your junk mail because we send out quarterly emails and newsletters with pictures and all kinds of stories about the camp. And a lot of them are going to your promotion folder. or spam. So go find those and accept them. And once you accept them once, they'll go to your inbox. Thank you so much. And any questions for Camp Tadia? Okay, thank you.
Don't see any questions lined, Pam, so thank you.
Thank you, Pam.
Thank you, Pam.
You're so welcome.
Moving right along, Arizona Lion Vision and Hearing Foundation.
Lion Jeanette Russell is here. Lion Jeanette, you're unmuted. Oh, you just muted yourself. Please unmute yourself.
Okay, got it. Good evening, everyone. I'll make it short because I know I can see Barbara's biting at the bit to get done. We started off slow, obviously, because of COVID. We were closed for a little over a month, but we're able to come back pretty strong. We're very pleased with the amount of patients we're seeing. Right now, we're up to around 200 a month. So we've done pretty well. We have had refurbished hearing aids. We've got 22 that were requested, and we've completed 9 cases so far because of the fact that we have to have approval for their income. And they've been only in the last few weeks because of COVID. As far as surgeries are concerned, we had 21 requests since July for surgeries. 14 were approved. 5 are still being contemplated as whether or not they can go through. So we're working on that. We have distributed 17,786 recycled pair of glasses. Thank you, Lions. Thank you so much. We're at a point where we're bursting at the seams trying to find places to put all the glasses, but they are being used. The last shipment went to Guatemala, so all those glasses are well appreciated. Please keep them coming. One of our apps right now is working with ASU with their hearing area, because we're trying to get a hearing booth put into the foundation so we can actually do full hearing tests at the Lions Foundation of Arizona. So we're really working hard on that. COVID's put a little damper in it with the health department, but that's something that we want to make it so we're a full functioning hearing area besides a vision. So we'll have testing for everything. Their students will, ASU students should be working with the audiologists to be able to supervise them so that we can have free doctors. So we're happy about that. The mobile unit is still closed due to the fact that it usually goes to the rural areas. The doctors are the ones that donate their time, and they're concerned because they have their own practices. So the unit is still closed at this time. We're respecting that, and now with the cases going up, we have to be concerned about that. As far as the screenings are concerned, they are picking up. I'm very pleased. We've had some cancellations because COVID cases in the schools. They are picking up. I have a meeting with Eyes on Learning Advisory Board about the new bill. There's a meeting tomorrow morning, a Zoom meeting that I'm going to be on for a couple hours, finding out the details on the screenings. At that time, then we can speak to the Lions about how the screens will go forward from there, because it's been kind of hard because of the COVID, and also we don't want to have the Lions become ill. So it's been a very hard time as far as screenings, and we don't want the Lions to become discouraged either, because they're doing a fantastic job. It will come around again. We just got to take our time and make sure we have all our ducks in a row as far as being safe. And thank you. That's all I'll say for now, because I want to get it done for Barbara.
Could you see the stress on my face?
Yes, Barbara, I can.
Thank you, Jeanette.
Jeanette, thank you. Okay, wait a minute. Chuck, see if there's any other little like MD reports or GAT report. We can get it right in under the limit here. See if anybody wants to speak on an MD report or GAT.
Are there any other reports that need to be made?
I see one hand up. Let me see. Lion Richard, do you have a question or report? Your hand's up again. I've unmuted you.
Go ahead, Richard.
Lion Richard Liebhaber.
I don't know if you're unmuting or what you're doing, but I have no questions, and periodically My hand
The
has been
hand
going.
goes up.
All right, we'll ignore you. Continue to move forward. Line
Oh,
Pam
forgive me.
Swanson, your hand was up. Line Pam, do you have a comment? I guess not.
No. Okay.
Yeah, I'm good.
Jeanette Russell and Ellen Yobbs have their hands up. Line Ellen, did you have a report or a question? You're self-muted, Ellen. Please quickly unmute yourself.
I have nothing further.
Ellen Yobbs, did you have something to say?
No.
Is that Ellen?
Alan.
No.
Ellen.
Okay. Okay, no, hands down. Okay, bottom line here. We have a tendency, all of us, every single one of us, to talk. And when I don't know how long your report is and you keep going over, it is not good for everybody else that's on the agenda. So our next council meeting is January 25th. We will start with all the projects. I know we have a lot to discuss, but I don't think any one of us really want a 3-hour council meeting. And I don't mind, but I know other people have issues. The bottom line is it's a 2-hour meeting. I am going to put the state projects up first because they are so important, not that anybody else isn't, but the state projects tend to get the bottom of the barrel at the end of our meeting, and I don't like that. So I'm here to support all the projects, and you will be up first, and each project will have 10 minutes plus Q&A, because we need to have our lions asking our projects questions. You know, they're here working for us. We support them, and if we're not, we need to be. Bottom line is you'll have 10 minutes at the beginning of the council meeting on January 25th, each project. Then we will take care of all the stuff we need to vote on or whatever. Then we will have the MD reports and GAT reports. And if people don't tell me how much time they have, you'll have 2 minutes. How's that? Because it's now 8:15. We are going to close this. I thank you so much for attending. Please, if you have questions, you can always email me. Email your governors. That's what they're here for. That's what they're getting paid all this money for, right?
Oh, yeah.
All that money. But the bottom line is we're here to serve you. You're not here to serve us. We're just trying to be traffic cops right now. And that seems to be my job. And bottom line, I will close this. And like it says here, good night, stay safe and healthy, and drive home safe. Because I know I got to go to the restroom right around the corner here. So thank you so much for attending. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you.
Good night, everybody.
Keith, are you there?